Hello, I'm BrigantiaBlackbird of Blackbird's Brew. Happy Friday and welcome to the Pagan Housewife. This month we're talking about how the elements affect our households, and this week we're focusing on fire, the transformative element of fire. Unlike earth, air, and water that compose the natural environment, and they simply are and they exist in and of themselves, fire has to be created, both literally and figuratively. And in order to make a literal fire, we're all aware that it requires oxygen, heat, and fuel. You take away one of those ingredients and there will be no fire. When our personal energies are low, we are likely to discover that we too are lacking the core ingredients that fuel our drive: a lack of air or mental disengagement, heat, activity, and fuel, the lack of a defined goal to pursue. The home that is lacking in fire may manifest as a deficient affection between those who live in the house, a sense of stagnation, a lack of repairs, and a sense of restriction, being trapped. Now, fire has an obvious place in the home. In some form, we use fire to heat our homes in winter and to cook our food. It's also present in our lighting, but there are other ways that this element weaves itself into our daily lives. For example, household chores, the cleaning, cooking, laundry, gardening. Our mind may tell us to do these things. Our emotions may prey upon us to tell us that it should be done. But there's an intermediate step before we actually accomplish the practical action, and that step is within the element of fire. It is the motivation, determination, and the spark that gets us into motion. We could look at it another way. Our homes are our base of operations for our lives. So goals, hopes, dreams, oftentimes the home is where we begin with those, whether it's getting married, having a family, starting a business, a new hobby, learning new skills, beginning a garden. Fire is what pushes us to actually get started, no matter how imperfect the circumstances are or how mend and make do our first efforts might be. But fire is defined by stimulation. And have we created an environment that actually stimulates us? Does each room reflect the main purpose of that room? If it does, then we have used the element of fire to our advantage. If not, perhaps we could tap into fire to create an environment that serves our purposes and provides us with inspiration. On the spiritual and the magical lesson, fire does drive us. Air gives us the idea, water feeds emotion into it, and earth is the realm of practical action, but it is fire that gets us started. It is also the element combined with earth that allows us to see a project through to completion. Many people have no difficulty starting a project, but finishing it is another matter altogether. Drawing upon elemental fire can help address that issue, whether it is a paper that's due in the morning, or it is finally fixing the roof, or actually starting the garden, or whatever it is that you need to do. Now, for many pagans, the home also doubles as a spiritual center. Much of our worship takes place at home. This requires us to have enough get up and go to keep up with our rituals, whether they're large or small, and to do the things that matter to us, things that actually connect us with the divine, as well as maintain the area that we designate for the spiritual purpose. That doesn't happen if we aren't drawing upon the element of fire. Now, we are facing tough times, and they are likely to get worse before they get better. And if we are to survive and get to the other side, we will need elemental fire to keep our will as strong as we can make it. And I'm speaking specifically of the will to live and overcome. It is that will carry us through challenges and help us think creatively to deal with problems and actually be the better for it once it's all said and done. So that's what I had to say about the element of fire within the home. Next week, we are going to be dealing with the element of water. So I hope you'll be back for that. In the meantime, let me know about your thoughts either in the comments section below or come see us on Discord at Blackbird's Brew. There's a link to join in the description box below, and we would be very happy to see you there. But that'll do it for now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.